Heyo everybody, Haku here with this week's live reaction for Kubera. We got Season 2, Episodes 3, 4, and 5. I'm really excited to get into it. Just to continue on with Season 2, and this is actually going to be the rest of Lost. I did not know that before sitting down to record. So I really thought Lost was another like 15 to 20 chapter one. Then I went to come record this and I saw that it ends at Lost Part 5. So we're gonna get through the rest of that here. Also, let me know if the audio sounds bad. Of course, I guess, really, by the time I edit this and post it myself, I'm going to know if the audio sounds bad. But yeah, it looked like my mic kept peaking, which is not a problem that I've ever had. If anything, I've had a problem with being too quiet and needing to boost things. But yeah, my mic just, it looks like it keeps peaking. So I tried to turn me down a bit to see if that would help. But I guess, yeah, I guess I'll see in editing how awful this sounds. But yeah, my settings shouldn't be any different other than me just coming now and turning them down. So I don't know what's up. I'm not sure how this is gonna sound, so sorry if it's a bit rough through this video. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it just looks bad, but it doesn't actually sound too bad. Anything else I wanted to say before I continue onward? I guess not really. I guess there isn't really much else to say for the intro, so let's go ahead and read. Alright. We have Yuta still? Stop worrying about it and catch him before his friends figure out what's happening. Yes, understood. Weird opening for a Kubera chapter. Usually it feels like we start off a little slower. We're jumping straight in. Hoti Indra. What the? I used it because I thought something was there, but I guess not. That's strange. I've never been wrong about something like this. And of course we know that Ron has like really good instincts for this kind of thing. Ron Syrafe, did you just use Hoti Indra without calculating? So what? You said this area disrupts your calculations anyway. That does not mean you don't need to calculate. Please get Yuta and stay close to me. If nothing happened, you should just let it go. Damn, he talks too much. Okay, let's go, Yuta. Damn it, I think the trap is broken because of the electrocution. Anyway, did you see that Hoti Indra just now? The spell activated faster than we could detect it. That's why the magic defense system couldn't block it. That would be impossible even for the number 1 ranked magician. What was that? Was there an error in the system? Damn it. That system was really expensive. What should we do now? It looks like high-level magicians are amongst them. Should we just stand down? Things might get complicated. No, we can't do that. If it was just a normal transcendental skill by a sword, we could have just walked away. Okay, hold on. Okay, trap's broken because of the electrocution. Okay. I was thinking, like when they said, if it was a transcendental skill or whatever, I was like, hold on, are they talking about Yuta's attack? And I was just mistaking it for the Hoti Indra, but no, they are talking about the Hoti Indra. Okay. If it was a normal transcendental skill by a sword, we could have just walked away. But I just can't figure out what kind of attack that was at all. I must find out what it is. So they are talking about Yuta's attack. Or I guess maybe they're talking about both. Maybe they're talking about the Hoti Indra was crazy, faster than they could detect it. Maybe Ron has something special. Again, we know he does all this without calculating. He has a good instinct for this. But then, I guess maybe they're also talking about Yuta's. It doesn't. I wonder if this is a translation issue. Then should we use that? Yes, looks like we have to. Plus, of course, we know there's more that Ron's hiding. There's more that he's been mysterious about. I forgot about that until now, too. The Bonds of Blood Cloak. A god-level item of the primeval god Kali, which can even catch a Gnostica if it's in human form. Okay, Lost 3. Calibloom checkpoint. President, just tell me the truth. You got the A+ rank so that you can sponsor like this every day, right? Mind your own business. I'm sure I'm sure I heard that you weren't that good at magic earlier. Then how could you be an A+? There are no rules that say you have to use magic during the magic test. Teo Rakan, quarter, age 48, magic level A+, and then magic ranking 9. So Teo's one of the top 10 as well. I know that the planet is like much smaller than Earth population-wise, seemingly, but we are seeing a lot of the strongest, like regularly. Wouldn't it be problematic if you just let anyone pass through like this just because they're human? Come on, how could they cause problems when they're not even a half, along with me being a sponsor? They could be stronger than expected, along with the possibility of being a bad person. But still human. In a city of magicians and fighters, it would be suicide to cause trouble on their own. Why, are you gonna cause some trouble? You're gonna have to beat me first? If I have to fight you, that won't be good. Pooh, hi, you're pretty funny. West Calibloom. I love the like pink magenta trees that we've been seeing all throughout the Calibloom stuff. Treatment is finished. That'll be 5 gold. I don't have any cash, so I'll use my card. It'll be 10 gold if you use your card. Wow, that's a ripoff. What is that sword? You never let it out of your hand. That's because it's expensive. Collecting weapons is my hobby, so I'm a sucker for items like this. At least I collect them legally, but there are a lot of weapon collectors in this city. Okay, and we see the fan saying what's mine is mine and what's yours is mine. And amongst them, there are some who would use any means necessary to get what they want. I see. Then what about the sort of Hang on. You can't just leave like that. Let me pay 5 gold before you leave. 10 gold. How can you call yourself a friend? Yeah, there's no need to rush. Just like that human said, it would be suicide to cause any trouble inside the city. So again, we see there are god level items around. Of course, there's still the closed space operated by the priest or priestess, whoever here. So there is still going to be somebody that's that strong who's operating the closed space, and maybe even more than one. It might be usual for there to be more than one priest or priestess. Like what we have to go on for me is like just getting into this. What I have to go on is a Terra where you just have Brilith, but that's a very special case. So there are people who are strong enough to do that. We don't know if Kali can or would get involved in any sort of way if their city was being mishandled or attacked or anything like that. And upon all that, we have somebody like Teo who's really, really strong. So even for Gandharva, this would be a dangerous place. I don't have the strength to face many magicians right now. Things will only turn messy if I rush things, so let's patiently wait for my chance. And like that, I received the staff of Agni from Miss Lorraine, who defeated a woman who seemed to be the leader of the Shuras. Who's that next to the priestess? No clue. He looks kind of airheaded. Was the staff of Agni that powerful? Most of the Shuras that attacked that day were 4th or 5th stage Upanis, and some of them were Rakshasa, and yet you defeated their leader that easily. A Terra Magic Union president could not attend due to other business. I heard that the head of the Magic Union fainted from overworking. Really? Brilith, what you're saying is hard to believe. Even your mother, who was very skilled in using the Staff of Agni, could not have handled that many Rakshasa. A Terra Magic Academy, director's late due to other business. Is that really him next to the priestess? So, hold on. So the Magic Union, President, and Magic Academy, I forget which is which. Is the Magic Academy... Oh, I'm forgetting his name. I want to say Proust, but that's Tower of God. It's something similar to that, though. Because their names reminded me of each other. But is he... I was going to say he was in charge of the Union, but he's in charge of the Academy, right? Isn't Roosh in charge of the Union? And if so, I think it's a joke like President could not attend or Director is late because of the run-in with Cossack. They just kind of noped out of there. Is that really him next to the priestess? I think so, but by looking at how she's talking, I guess the truth can't be told yet. Okay, so these two know at least, and maybe also Cossack. It'll be hard to convince them like this. Well, truth is, it wasn't me who used the staff. I would like to introduce this man. Staff of Agni expert, Mr. Idiot Smith. None of you may not know. Okay, I think they mean none of you may know. None of you may know Mr. Idiot Smith, but he's number one when it comes to knowing how to use the staff of Agni. Idiot Smith? Priestess, that's blasphemy. Is this a new joke I've never heard of? Idiot Smith? What kind of name is that? Anyway, is she saying that he knows how to use the staff well? Even if he is an expert, that power was... But is he close with the priestess? I was wondering the same thing. How could he just enter the temple sanctuary? Damn, what do I do? Brilith, not just anyone can enter the temple sanctuary. Why was Mr. Idiot Smith there at that time? Are they going to say that, like, he's her lover or something publicly? Well, you see, I guess I have no other choice. I'll just have to say that he's a very close friend. Mr. Idiot Smith is, we're lovers. Okay, he's the... So she was just going to say friends, but he's the one who made it lovers. I love these faces. They're so cute. I love these panels, especially this one. I think their faces are cutest in this one. The priestess's lover? That isn't forbidden, but why would she choose a loser like that? This isn't right. It's okay for a priest, but a priestess shouldn't be allowed to date. Wow, sexism. Wait, that's being sexist. Okay, somebody said the same thing. Why is it okay for a priest, but not a priestess? The image of a priestess is... I think it's okay. Brilith's mother was a priestess as well. That's different, because she became the priestess after she was married. And she barely saw her husband after she became priestess. Do you really think that's normal right now? This is total chaos. Why would he say such a thing? Excuse me here, everyone. I think there was some miscommunication. Mr. Idiot Smith and I are just friends. As the fire priestess, the only one I think about is Agni. You see, I was right. The only one she thinks about is me. And he fully reveals himself, which is going to be questionable. Like, this might be... You would think if people were sane and rational and normal, that all he would have to do is say, yeah, I'm a god. I have nearly unlimited power compared to humans. And now let me help you run your city and stuff and, like, make your lives better. And it could be as simple as that. But people are not sane. People are not normal. And if the world of Kubera, if Wilrarv is anything like reality, then, you know, probably some are not going to believe him. Even seeing this, and even if they do believe him, like, this might be dangerous for the both of them. It's, I don't know. It's very dangerous in this sense, but we also don't know how it could make the other gods angry, and it could be extremely dangerous in that sense. More so than humans and annoyances there, which could still be a problem, because some of the humans can be kind of strong with magic and everything. It's more revealing yourself may attract Shuras, or may deter Shuras. If anything, it'll deter the weak ones, which is good, but then strong ones may be attracted, which is bad. But I think pissing off the other gods, for whatever reason they might be upset at this, might be the biggest threat even. And to be continued. I figured we were ending soon, if not that panel. Okay. So that was 103. Really, 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 really good. Or not 103. Yeah, I mean, I guess technically we had the 100 before and now 3. But Season 2, Episode 3. I gotta get used to doing the season episode stuff. But it is overall 103, right? If we're not counting the chapter zeros. But yeah, either way, we still got more that we get to read. That was a lot. That was dense. I'm really interested to get into Calibloom and see more Calibloom stuff. It feels like, in comparison, we didn't spend like very much time at all in Misty Shore, but that was fine. What we got there was good, and it was more about the journey. That was just a brief stop along the way. Calibloom is where a lot of the stuff with Lisa's group is important, though. So I'm excited to see where we get with that. Plus the new characters. I really, 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 really like Teo. I think that Teo is really good. Even though we know literally next to nothing about them. Plus, we have the other people who are unscrupulous, like item hunters, the concept of people who are collecting weapons and items and stuff. And then they're going after Yuta as well. Plus, all of those characters are just good in general. And we've been cutting back to Atera with this meeting, with, again, more characters that I like. Plus, a god revealing themselves to be living in the human world is, like, huge, obviously, but it's like that could change the entire world of Wilrarv, honestly, to find something like that out. So we'll see where things go. I still get to read more. I don't have to stop, so let's go for another chapter. We're continuing immediately where we left off with, you see, I was right. She the only one she thinks about is me. She's confused. He changed. What? He said Edie Smith looked like an airhead. He said Edie Smith was a loser. Then could it be those flames? What? Lovers! We just have it echoing in repeat for Lorraine. Wow, his glasses was hiding such a handsome face. If Roosh saw this, she'd go nuts. She saw, and from the part where he said lovers, we have Roosh just in hiding. What are you doing? Now I will. Now I will. What will he say? He said he couldn't tell people that he's a god. Did something change while he was in the god realm? Maybe he has a plan. What do I do now? Has no plan at all. Yes, everyone, please ignore what you have just saw. I'm the priestess's boyfriend, Edie Smith, and he transforms back. I'm sorry. Fine, all of you have probably figured it out by now anyway. Let me properly introduce myself. He goes into full Chunibyo introduction. I am the source of, to all fire in the universe, as a being who was born from the first ember and will die with the last ember. I am God Agni, the owner of the staff of Agni. Season 4, Season 2, Chapter 4, Lost, Part 4. Go to the Fighters Union, tell them that today was just another fine day. I'll be looking for a place where this guy can stay. Okay. Oh, and practice your transcendental skill. I'm gonna check up on you later. Okay, because they were a half, right. Okay, can I go now? Say bye before you go. See you later, Teo. Goodbye to you too. Okay, bye. Can't even remember the last time when a young girl was nice to him. What a lively child. What's your relation with her? She seems to be a Yaksha half. She's my daughter. And then question marks? Not my biological daughter, of course. I adopted her, so she's legally my daughter. After the upheaval, I met Elwyn after losing all of my parents and siblings. Elwyn was wandering, I assume they mean, amongst a pile of corpses, looking lost and confused from being freed from the emotional resonance with the Yaksha. Right, because Yaksha's the one that died, right? She was all alone just like me. And it's actually, I didn't even give that thought. We know that if you cut off a piece of Ashura and the Shura doesn't die, then the piece you cut off of them will vanish. But if they do die, the piece cut off from them sticks around. So I didn't even think about how that would affect... I mean, obviously, like, you lose the emotional resonance if the original, like, Gnostica source dies. So you lose the emotional resonance, but it made me think, like, it's weird. Like, for a second I was like, would they vanish if the original was killed for whatever reason because of that? But no. Okay, sorry, I was way lost, because, again, the items disappear if you don't kill them, not if you do, so... She was all alone, just like me. I'm sorry to hear your parents passed away from the upheaval. No, my parents didn't die. They went to the Shura realm during the confusion of the upheaval. And when the upheaval was ended, the Shura realm had ended. The Shura realm had been severed from the human realm. Both of them are probably dead by now, since the Shura realm's not a place where they could survive for more than 15 years, and my mother being a quarter, my father being a half, but I still want to believe that they're still alive, even though I know it's just false hope. And this is crazy. This, again, the titles usually refer to multiple different characters and what's going on with them. At first I was thinking last read through that Lost could be in reference to all the characters getting separated, or last chapter I was thinking, I didn't say it out loud because I thought it was kind of dumb, but I was thinking Lost could maybe refer to like Agni revealing himself, and now they've lost the opportunity to keep him hidden, or lost the nature of surprise or whatever. But now I'm thinking that Lost, this is a really cool connection between these characters of Teo having lost her parents into the Shura realm when the upheaval severed the realms, just like Gandharva lost his daughter by being, separated by realms. So I love these shots where he looks surprised at first hearing it up here, and now this zoomed out shot of him is like a really amazing panel. I love this one. Because she's just like him, where he's like, I don't know if Shakuntala survived all this time, and everyone keeps telling him that Shakuntala's dead, but he's like, no, I know she's alive, don't dare say she's dead, she's just in the Shura realm. And he's realizing that Teo is just like him, where anyone would say, your parents are probably dead if they've been in the Shura realm for 15 years, but she still keeps on to the hope that they're alive, even if there's a part of her that's like, probably not. And it maybe even wants to make Gandharva confront that part of himself that's thinking, maybe not. We're here. That thing on the top of the hill's the checkpoint of Calibloom. Oh, then let's hurry and go through so we can eat lunch. Hey kid, is eating all you ever think about? Don't call me kid, it's Lise. Stop calling her that, Ron Syrafe. I feel sorry for the kid. Ah, you people! Again, at least kid is probably one of the nicest things that Asha has called Lise. And Yuta's still being targeted. Target is now in range. Before activating the height of bondage, I'll run a measurement for the transcendental value. Measuring the target's transcendental value. Target locked on. Transcendental value is the it influences the power and variety of one's transcendental skills. Pure-blood humans have almost no transcendental value. Okay, this is very cool to notice. So, transcendental value is probably, I would assume, it's very high in Shura, because they can't use magic, they can only use transcendental skills, and probably gods, because gods can use their element of origin or whatever. But, so gods can use their element, like Agni is the idea of fire, basically, so we can use fire, and all of the humans who use magic are just borrowing the gods' powers. So I would assume pureblood humans have almost none, and that's part of why they can use magic, by calling upon and borrowing the gods' powers. Quarters and people with like a little bit of Shura blood maybe have a little bit, but not so much that they can't use magic, and not enough that they can use transcendental skills. And a reason why, I don't know if this is true for all halves or not. I don't know if all halves can't use magic, or if it's just like some can, some can't. But a reason why at least all of the halves that I remember us seeing don't use magic but can use transcendental skills is that they have so much transcendental value that I think might be what keeps them from being able to use magic, but they can use transcendental skills instead. So somebody, again, who is a cross between a god and a Shura, like Yuta, is probably insane in transcendental value, you'd think. Okay, better to be safe than sorry. If it's a normal human and not a half, problems will arise. Measuring transcendental value. And then his transcendental value is 1,350. Again, we have no other number to compare that to, so it's meaningless at the moment. In cases where the target's suppressing their transcendental value, the actual value can be higher than the number shown. Okay, well if he's, not in his transformed state, but in the humanoid state, then his is probably much, much, much higher. I knew it. I really do have an eye for this. 1,350 means it's a half for sure. And it's a pretty strong half, too. Yes, and it also means we can capture it with the Height of Bondage, because the Height of Bondage captures the creature with the highest transcendental value and range. Having a stealth skill along with being indestructible due to being a god level item, it'll 100% capture the target this time. He senses it. Huh? Something's been strange since earlier, but this time it feels like my mother is behind me. And he senses the cloak. Mother? No, she isn't alive. That isn't Mother. That's the Height of Bondage, but why is it here? And again, Kurigam just likes to throw all the kubitis out. Nice. Once the target's located, no one can run away. Surrendering yourself would be... And then it goes past. So, is it going to go for Lee's as the person with the god's name? Again, if gods have a high transcendental value, does that mean that Kubera, as somebody with a god's name, has an insane... does Lee's have an insanely high value? Or maybe it goes for the bracelet itself because that's a god level item. Though, again, I guess that wouldn't make as much sense. Or, Ron is half, right? No, he's a quarter. Never mind. What? What happened? Why is it just going past him? Isn't it supposed to go after the target with the highest transcendental value? Don't tell me it's malfunctioning. Do you know how much it costs to activate that thing? No way. I'm taking the measurements now. This I don't think is going to be true, but crackpot thought that just ran past my brain since I was going through all the characters in the party. I was like, what if Asha was really a half and the part of herself that was not human or whatever was her arm and she cut it off a long time ago to hide the fact that she was a half? But I doubt that. Measuring transcendental values found within a 100-meter radius. There isn't anyone else in the area, so one of them must have a higher value than 1,350. Measurement complete in a 100-meter radius. 17,860. Okay, so is it going to be Lee's because of the power of the god's name? Maybe, though from what we know Ron is a quarter, maybe he's just a really, really strong quarter. Or, of course, it could be Asha. Asha, again, could have just chopped her arm off because it wasn't human, but I highly doubt that. I do not think that's the answer to this whatsoever. I think most likely it's probably going for Lee's. That would be what I guess, personally. But I think this was even better than last chapter. Both of these were really good, but I think this was even better than last chapter. This arc has been really great so far. Again, I love just the journey. I love the characters. And that's really what it's been heavy on. We haven't seen as much physical, oh, go here, do this, go here, do that. It's mainly focused on the characters at that meeting and the characters here within this group. Plus the Gandharva stuff is really good. I mentioned before when I was talking with Naya, and Naya was like, Gandharva is amazingly written, but I don't like him. I like Gandharva. I love Gandharva. And I think that Gandharva is arguably the best written character in the series so far. If you saw my character ranking, not my favorite character. Up there, though. Gandharva's pretty up there. But I think Gandharva might be the most well written. Maybe. I struggle to think of many more. These reasons, the writing is really good. But I think that's also because Kurigam has put a lot of effort into Gandharva. Gandharva has gotten a lot of the really serious, important, emotional scenes since the beginning of the series until now. But either way, let's go ahead and read episode 5. Alright, now finishing out Lost and this week's read-through, we have Rustling of the Leaves. Hey, wait, Something's not right. Huh? What do you mean? Besides me being hungry, I don't see any problems. Huh? Hang on, where's Yuta? No, I'm not talking about Yuta. Something feels really wrong right now. Watch out. Hey, kid, didn't you hear that voice just now? I told you I'm not a kid. Yuta, where are you? Is it Ron, then? Is he hiding some things, or does he have some things that even he doesn't know? Huh? Am I hearing things? No, I heard it just after Yuta disappeared. This could be his transcendental skill. So does this mean there's something dangerous we need to watch out for? Okay, I have no idea what we're dealing with, but I'd better use a spell. Hoti, and then Asha stops him. Once was enough. No more magic without calculating. I couldn't care less if you want to die alone, but don't take the rest of us with you. Okay, that might have been bad. It's nighttime? Gosh, I'm so... Okay. Okay, we're back here. Again, Prawl. Okay, it wasn't Proust, it's Prawl. Again, I knew it wasn't Proust, but the name was so similar, I just could not remember. Okay, gosh, I'm so late. For such an important meeting, people will be nagging about this for sure. I seriously should consider stepping down as principal or something. Prawl Lajes, quarter, age 90, principal of a Terra Magic Academy. I feel like Kurigam must have been really young when she wrote this, because as a quarter, that means he'd be like human age 45, and he was like, he was like, oh, he's a 45-year-old? I gotta make him look ancient. What are you doing here? Please leave me alone, broken-hearted Rouge. But you're the Union Master, you should be attending the meeting. Okay, so it is then, the Academy is Prawl, the Union is Rouge, because I couldn't remember which was which. I thought that's the way it was, but I couldn't 100% remember. But you're the Union Master, you should be attending the meeting. That swarm of people. Wow, that's crazy. What was that? Is he real? This is not a dream, right? Is the meeting over? I love the comedy panel. Of course it was real. I'm still shaking. Me too, but I'm shaking because he was so hot. No, I didn't mean that. Jeez, women. I feel a little sad since I was a fan of the priestess. But anyway, we're lucky we kept our mouths shut during the meeting. The people apologizing. Those who called him stupid and loser volunteered to donate 1,000 gold to the temple. It's gotta suck to be like, I'm a god, and then, like, I don't know, have everybody worship you. It's like, I just want to live a normal life with my priestess and everything. So funny. Poor them. What else could they do? Better do that than finding themselves on an express train to hell. So that's really what happened? Brilith really did summon God Agni. I should reconduct the research on the relation of DNA on summoning. Rouge, you somewhat have very keen insight. You noticed the summoning before anyone else. I don't care about keen insight. I'm so jealous that my stomach hurts. You need a healing spell? No, jeez, that's not what I meant. And then, what was that? Is it okay for everyone to know this? Then why did you tell me to hide your presence for the last 10 years? No, I'm sure you weren't allowed to do this, right? This whole thing's a mistake, right? Oh no, what if the summoning gets cancelled? I wouldn't have enough lifespan to summon him again. What do we do now? Is there some kind of penalty or something? What if this harms Agni in any way? He's only here because of me. It's all my fault. Again, I love that Brilith is like thinking like, you can't just tell people, right? There's like, like Brilith is like, there's a penalty. There's like rules, right? Don't just stand there, say something. Also, these stained glass windows in the background look very simple. Like, it's funny. I've never seen stained glass that just looked like an old school video game or something. Are you even listening to me? It's strange, isn't it? Why do you think you've never seen visions of her future when you've been using Insight on her to read her thoughts for over 10 years? Oh, this is the god he threw into hell. I think I got spoiled on their name, but that doesn't really... Being spoiled on their name isn't even really being spoiled. because I don't know what that means for Kubera. I know the reason, Agni, but I'm not going to tell you. A bum like you has no right to know. The only thing I can tell you is that, even if you defeat me here and stop her lifespan from being reduced, all of your efforts will be in vain. It's okay. So, I guess maybe Brilith is destined to die? But it's a story. I think we can figure out a way past it. There's no penalty, and I'm absolutely fine, so you can boss me around publicly now, priestess. Then why'd you have me? Why'd you tell me that I have to hide you for all those years? That's because I thought it'd be bothersome if people knew about it. Just because it could be bothersome? I mean, he's kind of right. It is probably best to not tell them, but at this point, it's like, you know, so many complicated things would happen, and Brilith would be under so much scrutiny that it now might be even more bothersome for them to not know than the bothersome of them knowing. Do you know how much trouble I've gone through in the last 10 years to hide you? Oh, the priestess is beating up the god. You're aware that this is not the time for you to play footsies, right? That's right. You and I have things to discuss. Son of the Dragon of Destruction. Seriously, how could a double-A eavesdrop? Hey, wait! It's just that something felt wrong. And that gives you the right to use magic without calculating and even a target? Okay, we're back to Ron and Asha. Well, but Yuta's gone as well. It's Yuta. He's coming out of the forest. Sorry, I was talking to Asha. I didn't mean to leave you behind. Let's hold hands from here on so that I won't lose you again. And he pulls away. I'm sorry, do you not like holding hands? I didn't know until now and held your hand so many times. It has a stealth mode, so I bet that it is Lee's that the cloak is going after, but Yuta's holding it back and the others just can't see. Like he's preventing it from going to her somehow, and that's why he can't touch her. He puts his hand on a sword. Huh? Well, why are you giving me this? I wish we had your notebook. Fine. I don't know why you want me to carry it, but I will, so let's go. Yuta? Yuta, let's go. And the camera errors out. It's okay. It's okay. I'll repair the machine later. The height of bondage is working just fine. And the target has changed back to the half we wanted from the start. Or maybe the sword was part of what he was using to hide his power level, so to speak. And giving it to her now allows him to be the highest in the area. Or he could just be not hiding it anymore in order that he just gets taken. And we succeeded in capturing him. What is that thing? Stay still. It's not an ordinary trap. But Yuta's got. Yes, and not only that, he's going to disappear. What? Yuta. And then he vanishes. Maybe Chapter 13 lost the end. Next chapter, Blood, to be continued. I guess maybe Blood is going to be in reference to him having Kali's blood, maybe? Since that has something to do with the cloak. I just wonder, could this have been avoided if Asha let Ron use the magic? If she let him cook? Maybe he made it worse and would kill them all. But maybe this whole thing would not also happen, maybe. Should Asha have let Ron cook? Either way, though, that is it for this time around. That was a really good arc. I think the first 3 chapters, we're just setting things up. We're just kind of transitioning, getting into the new season. But these three, like Kurigan was cooking. I liked it a lot. Especially, I think 4 was the best of the 3, but all 3 were very, very good. I love the stuff with Agni and Brilith. I love both of those characters, and that was just really good character writing stuff. They've been good. They've been a good part of the story. That's nothing new. But on top of that, we get a little bit of these other characters I like. A little bit of Roosh. Really, really like Roosh. Prawl actually gets a little bit. A little bit of the other people who were there. Cossack, who is one of my favorites. Airi and Lorraine, another of my favorites. Then again, the Yuta stuff is really good. I feel like Yuta kind of trying to be self-sacrificial here is a little bit of a rerun of the stuff we just saw last arc. It's like we just kind of went through some of this self-sacrificial stuff. But getting into Calibloom is, again, I keep saying interesting, but it's gonna be. I'm so excited to see what happens going into Calibloom because I love this group here. We're connecting in with these item hunter people who are, I guess, maybe they're going specifically for him, but it doesn't seem like they are because they didn't really know who he was. So they just think he's a half. I guess they're half hunters as well. We're getting into that group who was mentioned by Teo. We're also going to be in the same place where, oh man, and of course Lise has talked to Gandharva before, and it's been forever since then. We're going to the same place where Gandharva is, because he's in Calibloom, right? And I can't wait to see more about Teo as well. I really, really like Teo. So yeah, with all that said, with all that out of the way, thank you so much for watching. Like if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of these chapters, my first thoughts and reactions. Subscribe for more Kubera, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, it is free and open for anyone. If you'd like to help support the channel, drop a super thanks down below. And thank you so much to people who have dropped super thanks in the comments below before. It's basically like super chat, but for the comments. Thank you to everybody who's done that. It really means a lot. But also, if you don't want to just help support the channel, but you want to also get shout outs yourself at the end of every video, if you want to get One Piece videos a little bit early, then hit join down below to become a channel member. Go to patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. Because yeah, then at least I know it's like not really concrete, it's not really anything, but I really want to be able to say thank you to people for supporting. So yeah, thank you to people who are patrons and members. Thank you to Chosen Regular Evan Holly, Magical Girls, FR Nono, Abyss Knight, and JA, Cheriton Students, David Langstaff and Folded Ghoul, Slayer Candidates, SG and Stans Eater, and Pure Element Paterdial. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you so much for watching. I think I might need to go back through and see if any... I don't think anybody needs me to update the crowns or anything yet, but yeah, thank you. I'll need to go check again soon. But yeah, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.